Hey, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today in learning about good gut health, good digestive health. Coach Bree, Coach Anna, and I, and many other health or wellness enthusiasts believe that this is where your good health starts, is in your gut, your immune system. You guys have heard about your gut being your second brain. I am extremely passionate about teaching about nutrition and quality gut health. At infancy, I had a surgery on my gut. Ever since then, growing up, I was hospitalized several times just because I had aches and pains. And then I got to a point where I was old enough to hear the doctor say surgery and drugs, and I knew there had to be a different way. So I learned how to improve my gut health and studying and just helping. And so now I'm living a better quality of life. And I've noticed that other things have changed too, because I'm not toxic anymore. I am a certified lifestyle coach and master trainer. So I train other people to become coaches, and I work in the medical field with health professionals. Coach Anna is joining us today. Super amazing lady. She was a former chunk, as she likes to say. I think that's hilarious, but it's true. She's a gym owner. She's also a certified lifestyle and wellness coach, an amazing personal trainer. She's a professional figure athlete, which I think is super fantastic. She is a mom and an entrepreneur. So glad you're here with us today, Anna. Thank you for joining us. We have Coach Bree as well. Love Bree. She has so much energy, positive attitude. She is a gym owner. She is a transitions lifestyle system coach. She is a fantastic Irish dance instructor, which coincides with her energy, right? And she loves to travel. So you all will be hearing from her today. So we want to talk about digestive health today. Why is it important to you? How does your digestive system work? What are some common problems? Maybe you can see yourself in some of that today. What are some natural digestive health products that could support your gut? And what's the difference between pharmaceuticals, over-the-counter, and nutraceuticals? So it doesn't matter who you are, where you're coming from. We're all the same because we all poop. And if you're not pooping, that's okay. Hopefully we'll give you some tips today and get that poop moving. So please do know that we are here to educate you and support you. The FDA has not evaluated our program, and we are not treating, curing, or diagnosing, but we are certainly here to help. Need to move our faces. All right. So our digestive system, you guys, is designed to break foods down, right? I think that everybody knows that, but the digestive system is so beautifully complex. So I'm going to give you like a basic, maybe a fourth grade level overview today on the digestive system. We do eat to nourish our body. We need to break down those foods in order to be able to absorb the nutrients in those foods. And so if anything is off balance in our digestive system, we are creating some sort of challenge for your body. So where does digestion begin? Do you guys know? Do you know where digestion begins? Have you ever smelled anything or thought of any food or saw a food and you started salivating? That actually happened to me the other night. I was talking to somebody about something on the phone and I'm like, my jawbones are salivating. And that's important because your saliva has digestive enzymes in them that are essential for the whole digestive process. In fact, your dentist may have even spoken to you about your saliva at some point. Unfortunately, some people have unhealthy saliva, but that's where your breakdown and your process begins. So it's important too that you chew your food. Sometimes my husband jokes, he's like, I'm chewing my food 32 times or whatever that number is. But that's what we need to do is chew the food. We allow the saliva to get in there with the food and break down the process. Or break down the food, actually, I should say. So after your mouth and your salivation and your chewing, which is why we have those big, good teeth in the back, we have our throat and our esophagus. Now, if you have ever, anybody that has, that acid reflux or GERD or issues with their throat and acid, do know that acid breaks things down. It's supposed to stay in our gut to break down the food, but if it's coming up, it could be damaging your throat and or your esophagus. And I say that because we are designed perfectly when we're infants. We don't, that's ideal. That's our ideal state. But when things are breaking down in our body, we're losing the ability to naturally break down food. So we need to know individually how close to wellness are we, and what do we maybe need to do to improve that so that we are breaking down our food and getting that energy, which is why we're eating. A lot of people think that your stomach is where we absorb nutrients. In fact, it's not. After your mouth, your throat, and your esophagus brings everything to your stomach, and then your stomach is like a grinder, where there's stomach acid, right, that's pumped through to your stomach. There's a lot of enzymes in there. That was one of my problems growing up that I didn't know. Unfortunately, till I was in my 20s, I didn't have enough enzymes in my stomach to break down the foods that I was eating. So I had to supplement and put those enzymes in there. Now, if you overeat, or you eat quickly, or you don't chew your food all the way, or you're like me and you had issues that maybe you weren't or aren't aware of, when you're putting those big chunks of food in there and they don't have a lot of surface area, we've missed that point of breakdown, right? So now it's too difficult for your body to break those foods down, and we could be lacking nutrition. We could be having constipation issues, malnourishment, different things happen. So it's important to have small pieces of food, not overeat, which I know a lot of people do. And then, having the quality enzymes. Your body is not going to say, oh, well, you overate, I need to make more, right? It doesn't do that on Thanksgiving. You kind of just have to wait. You just have to wait for your body. Or you can supplement and take enzymes, which are one of my favorite gut health supplements to take. I've tried many. Our small intestine is like king. When your digestive system, for me, your small intestine is it. That's where most of your digestion and, more importantly, your absorption takes place. We want probiotics to make it through that gut and to get into the small intestine. We want our nutrients to be broken down and and so they can pass through and be absorbed in the small intestine. Super important there. That's where your nutrients and your minerals are going to actually go into your body. Now we have other amazing organs too. Remember, this is like 4th grade 101. So our pancreas is awesome. That helps support enzymes to help break down proteins, carbs, and fats. Those are our 3 main food groups that we eat. Now the liver not only is your largest detoxification system in your body, your liver is essential for purifying your blood and helping convert food into energy for your body. So we do want to pay attention to our liver. I know we don't associate our liver with our gut health, but we want to make sure we're cleaning that filter, right? Another thing that happens too, especially this time of year, is that when we're stressed out, chronically stressed out all the time, our body is going to focus on that stress. So it's really not good to eat when you're stressed, because all the work and the energy in the gut and in the liver and the intestines isn't there. Your body is focused on brain health, or managing your stress, or helping those tense muscles. So, something for you to think about there. And we can talk more about that if you want to. We're going to give you a link to our Facebook group. You can join us there, private message us, and we can answer more questions. Your gallbladder, I don't know. You probably all know people that have had your gallbladder removed. I have too. People notice a difference in their eating, or their, what they can tolerate and whatnot. Your gallbladder stores your bile and then pushes the bile into your system. And the bile helps to not only break down the foods, but carry the waste out of your system. And so what if you don't have your bile? Well, it's okay, but where do we need to create that balance for your body? Because now it's not in its normal state, right? You've taken an organ out of your body. All right. So hopefully this is cool for you guys, right? There's more to think about. Your colon and your large intestine going towards the end here. This is where kind of all the leftover, we tell our kids, you eat your food, it needs to break down, and you get the nutrients that you need. Anything that's left over, that's where it's going into your colon and out your anus and exiting your body there. It's the waste, right? Well, for me, when I was growing up, I think I told you I was chronically constipated and I looked like I was pregnant. Well, it's because I wasn't having bowel movements. I would go 14 days without a bowel movement. Well, you can see here in our colon, this is where the waste ends up, and it's supposed to push out. We're supposed to have healthy muscles for peristalsis to squeeze those toxins out of the body. But what happens if you become that stinky garbage can? If you don't take your garbage can out on a 90-degree summer day, It smells. It's nasty. Now, I didn't smell, thankfully, but my skin was a mess. My hair was a mess. My energy was a mess. I wasn't healthy. And so not only did I just need to go to the bathroom because this was chronic all the time, not only did I need to learn to go to the bathroom, I had to repair and detoxify and clean all that crap out. So the road to good health is paved with good intestines. It's so important to have nice and healthy and pink intestines. You know, we think of healthy skin on the outside, but we want healthy skin on the inside as well. So some things to think about. Again, we're not here to treat or, diagnose anything, but be mindful. What is your body telling you? Look for some signs. I think too often we have something wrong, like a simple headache or maybe diarrhea, maybe your joints hurt, skin issues are like, that's a thing for me that I really pay attention to. What about belching or like constantly clearing your throat all the time, right? That's not normal. Like if you eat something and get something stuck in your throat, that's fine. But these things on the screen that you're seeing here might be signs that something is imbalanced, and you might want to learn more about what that might be and try to look at your diet and clean things up and see what you might be able to do to help balance that. So weight gain may also, as I mentioned, poor digestion and holding on to those toxins. You can gain weight, especially in your midsection. Well, that's where it is, right? It's not coming out. So having that spare tire, your immune system might go down. You might feel tired. You might feel sick. You might develop some allergies. Leaky gut is also a side effect of having an unhealthy gut, and digestion and elimination. That's a key word as well. Diverticulitis is an inflammation. Well, if we have all these toxins sitting there, what's our intestines with the skin? Those are becoming inflamed, and those are supposed to keep everything right where it's supposed to be. But if they become sick themselves, they're going to leak things out into your body, and that's bad news bears. So let's talk a little bit about our nutrition. The nutrition, let's see. Okay, so we have an unhealthy diet. Most people do. Now, I'm not saying this time of year it's not okay to have a sandwich or have a muffin or a glass of wine, but if your lifestyle is full of high carbs, processed foods, sugars, alcohol, sweet treats, stress, all of those things, then we're creating dysbiosis. We're creating an imbalance in the body. We're creating an overgrowth of bacteria or maybe yeast, and you're getting yeast infections or urinary tract infections or other signs. Or maybe you're just uncomfortable. It's not normal. I always thought, well, I'm just constipated. That's just who I am. No. Like there was an imbalance. I had to learn about what I needed to do. So I'm glad you guys are here getting some good information for yourself. Gluten and dairy are huge troublemakers too. So in addition to sugar, let's talk about gluten because it really is a hot topic. Please be mindful, buying gluten-free food does not mean it's healthy. However, we just want to eat as close to nature as possible. So gluten is a protein. When people have allergies, they're allergic to proteins in foods like soy and gluten. You may or may not be celiac, meaning you're actually allergic to gluten, but more so people are sensitive to gluten. So if you eat bread or a sandwich, my cousin just told me last weekend, she said, well, I'm trying to get things healthy here. I'm dealing with XYZ. She said, but when I have some bread on the weekend, because I'm Italian, she said, she doesn't need to step on the scale, but her belly is hanging over her pants on Monday. And I said, well, that's just your sign. So you have to choose, you can have your bread if you want to, but how often do you want to feel that way? And if you feel that way, you guys, then that's doing something else to your body, which is why your body is yelling at you, telling you something. So an easy test to do to see if you're sensitive, it says 10 to 14 days on the screen. Honestly, 3 days will do it. So anywhere from 3 to 14 days, the longer the better, because you'll see different things change, but your waist should go down. Your digestion should improve. You might see more energy. You might have more mental clarity. You might have less aches and pains in your joints. So unfortunately, gluten can be a common trigger for poor gut health. In eating good nutrition too, we want to stabilize blood sugar levels. That naturally reduces inflammation, that naturally increases digestion, absorption, and elimination in the body. So we want to eat foods that are low GI or low impact on the blood sugar. We want to keep that stable instead of going on this adult roller coaster that you see here. We do want to eat foods that are high in proteins, healthy plant-based fats, fiber, and fruits and vegetables. So we have another lesson on like basic food, right? Eating low GI. We have another lesson on that. So if you are interested in that, you can find that in our Facebook group that we'll invite you to at the end. Of course, eating this way also gives us some good fat burning too. Who doesn't want that? All right, so how can you prevent for yourself? How can you improve yourself, right? We want to live in prevention. We don't want to get sick and then have to take care of it, but you may already be having issues. So lowering your sugar, lowering your alcohol consumption. You know, sometimes we don't realize that our foods, our boxed foods have sugars, or that all these carbs and pastas and things turn to sugar into our body. We want to eat well-balanced, nutrient-dense foods. So real food, your body recognizes that. It can break it down. It can absorb the nutrients. And it can also help to flush toxins out of your system, which is why we all need to eat more vegetables. I don't care if you're like me and Anna and Bree, and you eat loads and loads of vegetables a day. We can eat more. Our body really loves and needs vegetables. You can think about taking high-quality supplements that
And it appears as though Suzanne is frozen, guys. So we're going to see if Suzanne's able to come back on. So I'm Coach Anna, and I'm going to continue on and see if Suzanne unfreezes in just a second. But so we're talking about gut health, and there are things that we can do to prevent and improve our gut health. So the different things like lowering your sugar intake, wheat and gluten, those are things that cause inflammation in the body and are more challenging for our body to break down and absorb. Hey,
Hi. I can't see you, but
that
here we
well.
are. What happened?
It happens sometimes. At least it froze and you were in a good facial position and not
great.
making a crazy face, because that
Okay.
happens to me. I'll be in the middle of a blink. So I'm going to let you continue telling us how we can treat and prevent prevent and help with our digestive issues.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. I love it. All right. So drinking lots of water. So water is going to help to flush the foods out. You know, we need to eat those fiber dense foods to latch onto those toxins. And then the water is actually going to push those out. So think about drinking filtered water for yourself. Chew your food thoroughly. We talked about how many chews my husband does from time to time. Okay, here we go. Your nutritional supplements, right? Not all supplements are created equal, just like not all peanut butter is created equal. You can go to the store and there's peanut butter with peanuts and salt, which is really what we want. Or there's peanut butter with peanuts and salt and hydrogenated oils and canola oil and molasses and this oil and that. So I say all of that to say we need to learn how to read our supplement labels too. We don't want to put anything in our body that we don't need, and we want it to be effective, right? There's no point in taking anything if it's not going to work. Pharmaceutical drugs, specifically like digestive aids. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but antacids, okay, they're an antacid, right? We don't want to feel that coming up. But we need the acid to break down the food. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about some quality nutritional supplements that can actually support your gut health.
I cannot see the presentation.
Yep, share your screen.
Hold on a second. All
Sorry.
right. Just got a text too. Here we go. That's okay. We'll just redo this.
You were in the groove. I didn't want to interrupt.
How's that? Can you see, Bree?
Yes.
Perfect. All right.
All right. I'm going to request. Okay. Taking over. All right. Here we go. So what does isotonic mean? I know that I didn't really know what this meant until a few years ago. And it is an amazing system and process in which we can deliver nutrients to our body. So the fluids in your body have a certain concentration of dissolved salts, sugars, and minerals. And so it makes sense that this concentration, that's how these nutrients and molecules are absorbed into our cell walls. And so that's how they're transported throughout the body so that all of our organs can receive the nutrients and vitamins and minerals that we need. So in order for the fluid from inside the small intestine, like she was talking about earlier, that's where everything is absorbed, to be transferred to our blood, to be, transported throughout the body. That makes sense. The fluid must have a similar concentration to our body fluid itself. So if the concentration of the fluid consumed is the same of our body fluids, then that is what isotonic means. So it's just a way to make sure that we're getting our nutrients to our body in an efficient fashion. So I love this visual. This is really cool. It's comparing the isotonic form of nutrients versus taking like a vitamin that's in a pill form. So if you look at the top here at 0 time for the isotonics form, you can see that it's already in the liquid form. So it's in that isotonic solution. It enters our stomach. At the same time, at 0 minutes, down below for the pill form, you see the whole pill and it's just chilling there in your stomach. At 1 minute, going back up to the top to the isotonic form, it's already making its way into the small intestine to be absorbed into our system, to be delivered to the rest of our organs in our body. So it's already at 1 minute, it's already moving and grooving. In 1 minute for the pill, it's still just sitting there in our stomach, not a lot of digestion's happening yet. So it needs to be digested first in order for the vitamins to then move to the small intestine to be delivered. But it's still just chilling. And then the third spot here at 40 minutes time in the isotonic form, you can see that it's already gone. It's already out of the intestine. It's been fully absorbed and it's already being delivered to the rest of the system. At 40 minutes time for the vitamin capsule, it's just, finally dissolving and it's releasing its contents, but it hasn't even gotten to the small intestine yet. So it takes a long time. And then at that point, you're not actually absorbing all the nutrients. It's not being delivered into your system as efficiently as isotonics. Oh, too far, go back. Going back to the disadvantages of the pill delivery, again, it takes so long for it to dissolve into your stomach or in your stomach. And then it takes a long time to get into the small intestine to even begin being delivered to the rest of the body. So it's just not as efficient as the isotonic system. Also, they're not always digested completely. So part of the pills and nutrients can get caught in the folds of your stomach. It can get caught in your small intestine. It may not leave your small intestine properly. So that can cause issues down the road as well. Pill dissolves, but don't mind the dogs. Sorry about that. The pill dissolves, but the water taken with it makes the stomach dump contents, and absorption sites can then become oversaturated. Aerate. Shh. This is a really, really cool picture that, I don't know what happened. That shows a pill being taken into our system. Sorry about this, guys. Suzanne, you want to take over real quick?
I got it.
Okay.
That is so cute. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. We just keep rolling with it. So isotonics versus pills. Yeah, you could go handle the dog. So isotonics versus pills, as Bree was saying, when you take in the isotonics, it's a powder that mixes with water. So it's second only to an IV. So it's the same pH balance basically as your blood, your sweat, your tears. So your body is able to actually absorb it within the first 5 minutes. It bypasses your gut and goes straight into your bloodstream. Where pills, and I was one of those that was taking the buy one get one free pills at the store before I started studying nutrition and supplementation. And I would take my pills at night because they'd make me sick. And I thought that's just what vitamins did. And when I started researching, I found out it's because of the compounds, the binders and the fillers to make that a pill and to make it so inexpensive to be able to put it on a shelf for buy one, get one free. Your body's not breaking that down and absorbing it. So this slide is one of my favorite slides. And this is a person who had taken a name brand vitamin pill. They've already swallowed it. It's gone through the digestive tract, as we've been talking about. And that's actually right there in the rectum just before it's eliminated from the body. And you can see it's actually still a pill. And we have several other images like this. So they're pills that they're not breaking down in your body. So you're not absorbing any of the nutrients that it says it has there on the label. And it's not causing, when it sits in your stomach, your stomach's trying to break down that pill, and it's working, trying to break it down, and it can't. So it can cause acid indigestion and discomfort. So, and in case I didn't say, I don't think I really said hello, I am Coach Anna. I just kind of started speaking. So, and I'm going to go ahead and click to the next slide if it will let me. There we go. So I do want to, something that we talk about a lot this time of year too, is, we're eating all of these fun foods for the holiday season. We're going to holiday parties and functions. We're eating stuff that's not exactly healthy or full of nutrients. And our body's having trouble breaking that down. So digestive enzymes are something that really, really do help with your body to break down that food and be able to process it a lot better. And the fundamentals of digestive enzymes, just so you guys know, digestive enzymes are proteins that initiate change and break down the food into smaller particles. So you're not having to chew one bite of food 32 times to have your body break it down. And it is naturally found in the human body, but different factors, stress, lack of sleep, the foods we eat can make it a little harder for our body to continue to function properly. And those digestive enzymes really do help with any foods, but particularly this time of year when we're eating, those holiday favorites that aren't exactly healthy. And our digestive enzymes, it's an isotonic. So again, it's not that pill that's sitting in your stomach, upsetting your body, and your body's not breaking it down. It's that isotonic form. So it's bypassing the gut, going right into the bloodstream within 5 minutes. But it's able to break down that food that's causing that irritation. So digestive enzymes naturally in the body, but where are they found? And they're found in the gastrointestinal tract from the mouth to the small intestine. And different enzymes that you want to be interested in and know a little bit about are amylase, which digests carbohydrates, and we're all eating carbohydrates. Cellulase, and humans do not make cellulase, so if you don't make it, you have to take it. Lactase, which digests lactose, which we find in milk, the main sugar that's found in milk, and lipase, which digests fat and fat-soluble vitamins. Protease, digest protein again, and sucrase, which breaks down sugar. So Suzanne, I'm going to let you tell them a little bit more about the symptoms of lack of digestive enzymes, because we are talking about, there we go, we are talking about poop today. And once we're able to have that conversation with our clients, our loved ones, our friends, it's not something that people want to talk about. Everybody's embarrassed to talk about their poop, but it tells us as coaches what's kind of going on with your body too. So Suzanne, I'm going to let you talk about the symptoms of lack of digestive enzymes.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. You're absolutely right. We just don't walk around talking about poop, do we? But it's an important component to living well. So you guys know there's a ton of infographics on the internet about, the shape of your stool, or if it's floating, if it's leaving a ring around the toilet, right? And so that could be undigested fats. If you see that fat ring around your toilet, if we're having diarrhea all the time too, you may be malnourished because that food is moving through you too quickly, and so it doesn't have a time to absorb. We spoke about having that indigestion or that acid reflux, and so that could be a sign, an indication that you may be lacking some quality enzymes in your gut. Diarrhea, vomiting, increased midsection belly fat. Your food isn't being broken down, so it's still sitting there, right? Have you guys ever felt or looked or actually been bloated, and then you have an awesome poop and you're like, whoa, it just lost 5 pounds, and your belly does go down, right? So you don't want to store all of that there, which obviously is toxic long-term. So, and then being bloated or having stomach pains, which was one of my things too. I love the isotonic digestive enzymes because of the diversity. They have many different enzymes, as Anna spoke about just in the beginning here. And so I don't need to guess which one or ones I may be missing. We do need protease, for example, and these are kind of easy to remember. Protease, protein. So it's breaking down those proteins. Now, if you are an athlete or you love, like me, I love proteins. I just used to eat protein all the time. So we need more assistance in breaking that down. Vegetarians are eating less proteins, right? Because that they might be having an issue breaking them down. Protein is required to carry the calcium to the blood. So we need that support with the enzyme to break it down so it can be used with its proper function through your body. And of course, we want to support healthy joints and not have any issues with that. Amylase, Anna shared with us, breaks down carbohydrates. So if you're just eating more carbs this time of year, these digestive enzymes may just be where you want to start. You'll feel a difference. You'll feel relieved. You'll feel the breakdown and support healthy elimination as well. We can help to cleanse the body with good enzymes such as amylase, and amylase is also involved with anti-inflammatory reactions. So we know that inflammation is pain, and pain prevents us from doing things. So lipase, you guys heard of liposuction, right? For instance, so lipo is fat. So we do want to have the enzymes to break down fats. Maybe you or somebody you know might be eating a high fat diet or a keto diet, right? Which is popular among some people. Well, are you supporting your body in adding those in the higher fat diet? Are you supporting the ability to break those down? If not, the digestive enzymes can help if that's the diet that you are choosing for yourself. Being unable to break down those healthy fats may also contribute to high cholesterol and healthy triglycerides. Remember, we need to break things down to move them through. Otherwise, we are becoming toxic and creating imbalances throughout the body. If you're having muscle spasms, not cramping, but spasms in your body, that could mean a couple different things. It could mean you're deficient in magnesium, but it could also mean deficiency in lipase, which is that enzyme. All right, so if you maybe this time of year or during the summer, right? Some of you just can't have dairy because you are allergic, right? That's being allergic to the protein. More, again, just like being with gluten, more people are lactose sensitive, right? And so if you want to enjoy an occasional ice cream with your family or have that, what's that cream cheese cake? That people eat this time of year. So if you want to have something, but you know that dairy doesn't sit well with you, you could take a packet or a serving of the isotonics digestive enzymes and support that and just feel a little bit better. Now, remember, your body is telling you something. So I wouldn't encourage you to consume dairy all the time or any other, gluten all the time, but just take enzymes. But we do want to live our life and be with those around us. So as Anna mentioned, we don't make cellulase, and so raw foods contain cellulase. So get more raw foods in your diet, help bring balance and restoration to your body. Although on the other side of that, because my gut health was so off for a long time, for years, in fact, decades, raw foods were actually difficult for me to break down. And so we know that raw foods carry high density and nutrients, and we need to consume them, but I needed support in consuming them little by little until I built up and repaired myself. So with a lack of cellulase, we are unable to absorb those nutrients from those high density foods, and it can also contribute to neurological issues or disorders. All right.
Yeah, and thank you for that, Suzanne. And I did want to add a couple other helpful tips that we had discussed earlier. Some easy things that you guys can do right away to start helping your digestive tract and your gut. Modify your diet, right? Because a lot of times it's the foods that we're eating that are causing that upset stomach, that constipation. So modifying your diet, just being aware of what you are eating, and maybe cutting out certain things to see if you might be sensitive or intolerant to certain foods that could cause that upset stomach. Managing chronic stress, man, easier said than done, I think. But, when you're constantly under stress, and like, who's not right now? It's the holiday season. There's all kinds of stuff going on. And it's easy to be under stress a good part of the day or a good part of your life these days, it seems. But, managing that chronic stress through different things like exercise, which is the third one, taking some time, making sure you're drinking your water and you're eating healthier foods, but managing that stress too. Because when you're constantly under stress, your stomach, it is a muscle. And it does have that peristalsis. So it's constantly squeezing when you're putting foods in it. And if you're under stress, it's constantly squeezing, it's stressing your throat, your esophagus, your sphincter, everything. So managing chronic stress is going to help you a ton. Exercise is going to help you to manage that chronic stress, as well as help you with your digestive system. And to maintain healthy gut bacteria, which we call microbiome, your gut bacteria inside your gut. So some days my computer wants to click and some days it does not, guys. And there we go. So frequently asked questions, we do talk about this stuff a lot. So how long do digestive enzyme supplements stay in your system? So they will stay in your system until they have run their course. So, and when should you take the digestive enzyme supplements? Well, if you can take it before a meal, that is going to help because it's already in your body as before the food gets in. So it can already start its process and start helping it with the stomach acids. But even during a meal or after a meal, it's going to help that the whole process of digestion. And how quickly do they work? Well, usually immediately, but it does depend upon the environment of the gut. So your microbiome, the environment of the gut, if there's a lot of food in there, it's not going to digest as quickly. And also that's one of the reasons that I really like the digestive enzymes, which are in that isotonic form instead of a pill. So there is no breakdown necessary. It's already going to go right into your gut and your bloodstream. So is it okay to take more than the recommended serving size? Yes, you can. The body, it will use what it needs and it will get rid of the rest. So it's not going to store anything. So we want to talk a little bit about isotonics activated B complex basics, the functions and the benefits, because I know you guys hear about B vitamins a lot, but there's different types of B vitamins, right? And they're not all activated. Some people cannot process B vitamins. So with the isotonic form, you are already getting it in that powder mixed with water. So you're already getting it in an isotonic form, but it is activated B complex. So these activated B complex vitamins, they are water soluble. And so you do have to continue to take it because it's going to flush through and move through all your systems and flush through with water. It's not going to store in your body like fat solubles would. And it does play a role as coenzymes in the metabolism of protein, fat, and carbohydrates, as we were saying. And those are all things that hopefully you are getting into your diet, protein, fats, and carbohydrates. And we do want to metabolize what we're eating, what we're ingesting. It can help support a healthy metabolism, help maintain healthy skin and muscle, promotes normal cell growth and division. So that's healing, that's regenerating, right? And promotes healthy mental outlook, mood, and memory, and helps promote energy. And, a lot of us, or I hear from a lot of people that they'll hit that 1 to 3 o'clock wall after lunch. They've eaten their food and then it's not really breaking down and it's not being used as energy yet, right? And it's possibly not the most healthy thing either. But the B complex, even in the afternoon, can help with that energy. It's not a stimulant. It just helps your body to be able to use the energy that you're getting in from the nutrients, the food that you're eating. So hopefully you're eating healthy foods too. And it does help to support a healthy heart. And why should anyone need B complex supplementation? Now, this is something that I know that we talk a lot with patients and with doctors, because pharmaceuticals can often cause your body to be deficient in many vitamins, particularly vitamin B. And see, B vitamins are not made in the body. So again, if you don't make it, you have to take it. And the form that you take it in is important too, so that your body is actually using it to help you with what you're looking for assistance from. And B complex, they are water soluble, so you do need to replenish them often because they will be passed through with the water in the system. It's not going to be stored in the body. So you do want to continue to give your body a trickle of B complex, B vitamins throughout the day. Poor dietary choices. As we mentioned, I talk a lot about sugar and alcohol consumption. And, alcohol is what we call sugar with a kick. And that sugar can make you deficient in many vitamins, but it also causes inflammation and other challenges as well. And like I said, many pharmaceutical drugs can actually reduce the intake of these vitamins, and depleted by chronic stressful lifestyle. So y'all, let's de-stress some a little bit. We can do that every day, even during the holiday season, reduce some of that stress. And the B complex does actually help with, like we said, mental clarity and stress, as well as your digestion. Metabolically active forms of B, you guys have heard many different types of B, B1, 6, and 12. So those are metabolically active, and non-active forms of B are 1, 6, and 12 must undergo chemical changes in order to be utilized by the body. And a lot of people, their bodies aren't able to metabolize the B vitamins that they're taking in. So with the activated B, it's already an activated form. And different factors such as age, nutritional status, and genetics can decrease the body's ability to activate these vitamins. So by providing the metabolically active form of these vitamins, you can be certain that your body's getting the vital nutrients that it needs quickly and effectively. So again, with the isotonics, your body's able to just use it right away and not have to sit on a pill. And Bree, I know that you earlier we were discussing isotonics magnesium. If you want to tell them a little bit about the magnesium, I want to pass it over to you.
Sure thing. Let's try this again. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, magnesium. I recently, within the last 6 months, I've actually started taking it myself as an extra boost, just because I really needed it apparently, and I feel great now. But magnesium does so many things for the body, and it comes in. You have to, consume it in the good leafy vegetables that we're eating. A lot of people, when they think of magnesium, they immediately think of fish, which is very true. It also comes in nuts and seeds. So if we're not eating all these good foods on the daily basis, all these leafy green vegetables and good nuts and seeds like cashews, we're not going to get the magnesium and we're not going to benefit from it. So the benefits for magnesium promotes head comfort. It's promotes optimal muscle health and comfort. So making sure that our muscles aren't sore. Helps maintain normal blood sugar levels. So earlier we were talking about the spiking of the blood sugar. So it helps make sure everything's maintaining and staying level. So we're not, going for that candy bar. It helps supports a healthy sleep quality. This is a big thing that I was suffering with. I was up and down all night. It was a very restless sleep. I call it a shot of magnesium every night before I go to bed, but it really does. It relaxes me and I sleep well now. It helps maintain normal blood pressure. It helps with cardiovascular health. So if anybody is on blood pressure medication, just making sure that you're supplementing right naturally and getting that exercise in, you could get off of those blood pressure medications. It promotes cognitive health. It supports your bone health, and it helps again with the body maintaining a healthy level of magnesium. So many people, I assume, are not eating all the good nutrients and foods that we need. So your magnesium levels are probably deficient, and so we're not getting the benefits of the magnesium. So it is so important to make sure that we are just helping our body out with an extra supplement of magnesium.
Bree, I know we're talking about digestive health today, but magnesium coming up, and I work with a lot of people that have restless leg syndrome, and taking that shot of magnesium before bed, which I do as well, Bree. Taking that cap of magnesium before bed, because it's isotonic, it goes to work right away, and it just kind of has this calming effect on the body. Doesn't put you to sleep, but it has a calming effect. And I've heard so many people tell me about how it did help them with their restless leg, which it's irritating if you have it, So I thought that was interesting. And I know we're talking about digestive health, but there's so many benefits. I'll let you go ahead.
No, that's perfect. No, I mean, I feel the same way. I didn't have I don't think I did restless leg syndrome. But same thing. It calms you. And I've slept so much better. And I don't know. I'm just going to chalk it up to the magnesium boost before I go to sleep. So the next thing I want to talk about, I'm very, very passionate about this. I've been taking the women's health for a year and a half now, I think. And I love it. Growing up, my mom always provided us with, the Flintstone vitamins, the popular Flintstone vitamins. When I was in college and in high school, I switched to a gummy vitamin, which was a little bit better, obviously. So I've always taken vitamins throughout my life. And then I was introduced to the women's health. And it was a game changer, because instead of having, a multivitamin, your magnesium, iron, all these different bottles on my counter, I just have this box and it comes in this little packet. And so I love it for so many reasons. So I'll first start with all the benefits that it does have. So it provides antioxidant protection for the entire body. So it has OPC3 in it, which helps, again, fight the free radicals. It provides antioxidants, so it helps with inflammation of the body. I also experienced, moving down here in Georgia 5 years ago. For the first time in my life, I had allergies. So the first 3 years that I lived here, I was miserable spring and fall. And it was so weird. I didn't know what to do. I was constantly like grabbing tissues all the time. And then I started taking Women's Health, which has the OPC3 in it. And it was a game changer. Last year, I was fine come springtime. I didn't have any tissues in the household. So it was great. The OPC3 is a beautiful thing to have. It helps support healthy bones, teeth, joints, and your skin. Promotes healthy functioning of the skin at a cellular level. So if you have, skin issues, it's going to help clear that up and just it has all your multivitamins in it that we need, again, to fill in those gaps from the nutrients that we may not be eating. It helps maintain normal muscle and nerve function. This also does have magnesium in it. So going back to the benefits of why we need magnesium to promote the normal muscle and nerve function. It supports a healthy immune system. You have all your vitamin A, B, C. It gives you energy throughout the day. I know when I don't take my Women's Health in the morning, which is rare now, I'm on a very strict schedule now. But if I don't take it, I feel it later. Like my energy levels are low. It's because I didn't get those B vitamins that are in the Women's Health. It supports cardiovascular health and it promotes cognitive health. So again, with the B vitamins and just vitamins in general, if you're feeling a little foggy in the afternoon or in the morning, you're just not focused. It's probably because you're not getting those vitamins into your system. So I have a strict schedule now. It's right next to my coffee and my tea. And I love it because if I'm on the go, I can just grab a little packet, and I always have 2 bottles of water with me at all time. So if I forget to take it right away in the morning, I just grab a packet, bring it into my car, pour it in, drink it on the way of wherever I'm going. So I love that it's just so easy and convenient, and it has everything all in one, and I don't have to have 10 bottles on my counter. So with that, I will give it back over to Suzanne.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, I love that you mentioned the convenience factor of that Women's Health packet. When I first started taking the Women's Health packet, I noticed easier bowel movements, more frequently too, which is actually what I wanted. I didn't have to rush to the restroom, but it was relieving. It feels good to have a good bowel movement. So, and I love all the additional benefits that you were speaking about with the magnesium. Magnesium is essential for many hundreds of functions inside of our body. So while we might be doing something for good gut health, it will carry over into many areas of our health because our entire body is connected. So starting with your gut health, you guys, is going to lead to other changes that maybe you weren't focused on, or maybe you didn't know that you would experience. So I actually also love I love taking fiber powder, right? There's many fiber powders on the market, and we do need fiber. Let's first start with an abundance of vegetables that are fiber rich. They're going to help to grab onto those toxins and flush them out the system, as mentioned earlier. That includes removing unwanted or unhealthy cholesterol out of your body and your triglycerides. Eating foods in high contents of fiber will also stabilize your blood sugar level, so you're not spiking and dipping. And a little tip for you, since we're in December, if you're going to have some alcohol or sweet treats or heavy carb foods that don't contain a lot of fiber, eat a fiber-rich breakfast, lunch, and dinner before you go out. That will help to maintain, rather than starving all day and then throwing a bunch of sugar into your body. We want to maintain healthy blood sugar levels for optimal health, just in general. In fiber powder, or fiber in general, can help to maintain that healthy intestinal microflora, that good healthy environment where our energy comes from and where our immune system comes from. And of course, if you have more fiber in your diet, fiber is not digestible, so you're going to feel fuller longer. And so our tendency to overeat might diminish or decrease. Our ancestors used to eat, I think, more, oh, there it is, more than 100 grams of fiber a day. Well, because they lived off of the land. One of my mottos is to eat close to nature. So we want to eat as many foods from the earth as possible. Nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables. If you just increase those foods alone, you'll notice a difference in your bowel movements. So we want to rethink what is a healthy bowel movement frequency, right? I remember I told you like 14 days was not uncommon for me, but if you maybe I've worked with hundreds, almost thousands of people, and they will say that they have a bowel movement once a week and that's normal, or twice a week and that's normal. That might be your norm, but it's not normal. And that's not how the body is designed. Let's go back to babies. Babies eat and then they poop, and then they eat and then they poop. So if you're eating 3 times a day, you should probably eliminate 3 times, maybe twice a day, but once a day or once a week is definitely not healthy, because then we have all those toxins building up into our system. So even the American Diabetes Association and the Cancer Society recommend that we get 25 to 35 grams a day. Unfortunately, we're only eating about 10 grams of fiber a day. So let's just start with eating more vegetables, because we know we can all eat more, right? There's just so many new to nature foods that are created by man, that are quick, convenient, tasty, right? Our palate, and the manufacturers know this, they want us to smell a food. You know, those fast food places, even though I don't eat them, I would never put them in my body. Some of them smell good, you know, but I know that it's fake, right? So we have these new foods. Just because it's labeled as a food and you could chew it and swallow it, doesn't mean that, one, it's providing nutrients for your body, and it doesn't even mean it's food, quite frankly. You know, we have all these processed foods. We have drugs that Anna was speaking about, where we're taking just too many medications, right? And it's causing an imbalance in our body. Our bodies aren't made to constantly process Twinkies or Ho-Hos or pizza, or, you know, 5 prescription medications or chronic stress. It can adapt with us, and it's pretty amazing, but adaptation doesn't always mean a good thing. So let's stay as close to nature as possible. And then the body can say, oh, a Ho-Ho? Okay, I'll get rid of that, you know, just not all of the time. So take a look at your sugar consumption as well. That causes an extreme inflammation inside of your body and just imbalance in your body. So just pick and choose when you're going to take your sugars in or drink your alcohol, right? If it's an every weekend thing, maybe you want to reconsider how often, but then we need to find a replacement for your beverage. We're eating too little fruits, too little vegetables. We have polluted air and polluted water. So as Bree is doing, keep drinking your water or your healthy beverages. So I have learned that this NutriClean Advanced Fiber Powder is amazing. I have been to several gastroenterologists, colon surgeons, you name it, anything in that field, because that was my life growing up. They all told me, especially when I got to understand there was a difference between medical doctors and holistic practitioners, or naturopaths, actually. So they all recommend L-glutamine, and L-glutamine is in this product, 1,000 milligrams to be exact. And I'll explain a little bit more about the benefits of that. So just this advanced fiber powder, it's very gentle. And it's not going to scrape your body. It's not going to be harsh on your body like fiber powders that you can buy over the counter at those various stores out there. We do want to support colon health. Remember in the beginning, we were talking about all the steps, going through your body. We want to help the colon release those foods and push those toxins out of the body. We also want to help the body and the lower intestine absorb those nutrients, and this advanced fiber powder can help do that. And of course, supporting a healthy bowel movement. So if for whatever reason, maybe, I've been thrown off by stress, or I didn't get enough water in, or I was traveling or sitting too much, at 90 degrees where we're supposed to be standing up all the time. I know that if I take a scoop of this fiber powder and it tastes delicious by itself or in a smoothie or with some lemons, tastes like lemonade, within a day, I have a nice, easy bowel movement. So again, that's just refreshing for me. We want to create an environment too, where we're going to have all these healthy gut bugs growing and thriving in. And so having some prebiotics in there too, and they're feeding off of the fibers. We want to support healthy skin in our intestines and in our gut, right? Because otherwise it's going to become porous or damaged. And there's where we get our leaky gut. Maintaining healthy blood glucose levels, start with your abundance of vegetables and your high fiber foods, but you just might not be getting enough, or you might be traveling, or you need that extra support until you get to a nice balance. But I would never live without this fiber powder because of the benefits of it. With the probiotics, in addition to this probiotic, I take an extra probiotic, so we'll talk about that. But we want to support the synthesis of lactase. So anything that we can do to stimulate our body to create what it needs instead of just taking things, that's bringing restoration to the body. We want to help quality bacterial balance, healthy good gut bug balance in our body. We want regularity so we don't become toxic. And of course, you're going to feel amazing if you're eliminating constantly. And so L-glutamine is good for, it's an amino acid, and it is good for having a healthy GI tract. That's why all of my gastroenterologists were recommending that. They were all talking about the gut benefits from L-glutamine, and we have 1,000 milligrams. And I was always prescribed anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000, depending on the provider. So if you need more, you can take more. There's no harm in that. L-glutamine is good for brain health. It's also good for muscle health. So if you like to work out, or, at age 25, muscle atrophy starts. And so we need to maintain that muscle through movement and exercise and picking heavy things up and putting them down. But if we could also add some healthy natural L-glutamine in there, then we can help that process as well. Are you guys eating 8 to 12 cups of vegetables a day? I love to eat vegetables, but 12 is pretty hard, right? Well, we need those vegetables. We need the phytonutrients. We need the antioxidants. We need the energy. We need the good gut health. And so if maybe you don't like vegetables, right? Maybe, Bree, you said you used to take gummy vitamins. And I had a client the other day just tell me that she said, well, I kind of take vitamins. I'm like a little kid. I said, you are a little kid. So we're going to upgrade you to adult vitamins, right? And the same thing, just pull up your big girl pants and start to eat your vegetables. But if you can't sneak them in, or you're having trouble with that, right? There's ways to learn about new foods. Then you do want to consider taking some quality greens, because we eat to nourish our body. And if you're not eating them, or you're doing things that harm them and kill out, those B vitamins, or, create inflammation in your body, then we just need to fill in those gaps and bring that balance to there. So greens bring energy to your body as well. There's a couple different types of greens that we offer with the NutriClean. So you can put it in powder form in your smoothies. If you don't want to add it to your smoothie, you can take it in a tablet form that is easy to break down with its formulation. And we also have an isotonic organic greens that has a few different ingredients in there. So you could even take both, right, to get all of those greens in. Probiotics are good. You guys know probiotics are good for good gut health. They're also good for skin health. They're good for your immune system. This is a perfect time of year to get quality probiotics into your system to support immune health, which now, surprise, right? At this point in the presentation, good gut health will also support quality immune system. What's important to look for in your probiotics is that they have a variety, just like the digestive enzymes. You want a variety because you don't know which specific strand you need. And in fact, your body could even fluctuate, needing a certain strand now and then next month, needing different, just because your lifestyle has changed. So you always just want to cover all of them and look at a probiotic that has at least 10 different probiotics in there. And you want high counts too, 10,000 or 10 billion. I shouldn't have said the number, but 10, I think, million strands of that particular probiotics. So another thing too that I love about these probiotics, some of you might not like the fact that you can't travel, or it's difficult to travel with your probiotics, or you forget to take them because they're in your refrigerator and you don't see them. Well, these don't need to be refrigerated. There's a certain technology, a special technology in these probiotics that is going to keep them alive without refrigeration. So that's a pro. And the other amazing piece about the NutriClean probiotics here is that they will withstand your gut acids in your stomach, and they'll make it down to your small intestine. A lot of people understand that, for instance, yogurt might be beneficial, and it may, any little thing, if dairy is good for you, right? But we already spoke about dairy. But any little thing that you can do for yourself is going to add value to your quality of life. But we do know that your stomach acid will kill off any living organisms in that yogurt before it even makes it to your small intestine. Therefore, not effective. We have an ultimate aloe, which I love because there's actually an international aloe science council, and we are certified with that, meaning we have pure aloe. It's 150 proof, so it's concentrated, and we're using the real aloe pulp harvested straight from the leaf. So again, basically, close to nature, eating just nature, putting it right into our body. This aloe actually comes in convenient travel sticks. Or if you want to try one, it also comes in a bottle in the liquid form, which I actually prefer. Aloe is good for helping your digestive system. It helps with good oral health as well, which we know that's where our digestive system begins. So it can help there. It's also antiviral and antibacterial, antifungal. So again, another great product to have this time of year with the season that we are in. Bree, we spoke a little bit about the NutriClean 7-day cleanse. What's been your experience with that?
So I really enjoy it. The NutriClean 7-day cleanse, it has 3 different components to it. We already talked about the fiber powder. It has the fiber powder in it, which again helps. Everyone needs that extra fiber since we're not getting enough. So you take that for the 7 days. It has release tablets in it, which helps clean out the gastrointestinal tract and enhances peristalsis. So obviously that helps get everything out of our system that we don't need, all your waste and all your toxins. So that helps just release everything out of our system. The Hepato Cleanse are capsules that you take with this system that cleans the liver. And remember, the liver is what produces the bile, which helps digest everything. So it's important to keep the liver functioning correctly. So the 7-day system is great. And it also coincides with a meal plan, which we're going to go on to the next slide here.
That was me.
Okay. So the 7-day detox is a great way to, I love this analogy. Think of it as like an oil change for your body. Your car needs an oil change every 3 to 4-ish months, depending on how much you're driving. So does your body. So toxins build up in your body. And the only way that we need to get them out of the body is to detox. And so this is just a natural way for us to clean out the system so that we're absorbing all the good nutrients we are putting into our body. So results to expect on this detox. Obviously it varies depending on the individual, but it helps just release all the toxins. It helps you gain your energy back. A lot of, if you are eating a lot of fast food and that's just been your diet for a while, you're going to have much more to clean out of your system versus somebody who eats generally healthy, but every now and then we'll throw in, your treats. So everyone's going to be different based off of what you're starting with. But basically on the 7-day detox, what you're going to do is just eat clean. Like that is just the goal. It's just a high veggie, high fruit diet. So you're doing 3 servings of 3 servings of fruit per day, and as many vegetables as your heart desires. So I know personally on the detox, the first 2 days, I was pretty hungry, just because I wasn't getting as much protein in. So I had all my veggies chopped up and I was just eating them like candy. And then you're obviously focusing on water. So water is our body's mostly made of water, and that's how everything moves through the body. That's how everything flushes out of the body. So the more water, the better. Shooting for your body weight, half your body weight in ounces per day. Also on the detox, you're getting 2 servings of protein each day. They're smaller servings. It's 3 ounces per serving. So it's not like a normal, 4 to 6 ounces at a meal. I typically tell my clients to do your protein in the morning at your breakfast, do the protein in the evening with your dinner, and then have a nice veggies filled salad for your lunch. And you're also getting 2 servings of good fats per day. So that includes all your oils, avocado oil, olive oil, that kind of stuff. But basically you're taking all the grains and starches and the sugars. So you're eliminating that inflammation in your body and allowing your body just to naturally detox. There is also no dairy or no alcohol or caffeine. So no coffee for 7 days. I know that is a big turnoff for a lot of people, but I drink coffee as well and I survived. It was fine. So that's basically the 7-day detox. So again, just focusing on the water. Each morning it is important to start with a warm glass of water. The first thing that goes into your body, warm glass of water with a half of a lemon squeezed into it. That's going to kickstart the system, making sure that your body's staying at the correct alkalinity in your stomach. So it's not getting too acidic. Tons of rest on the detox. So typically in the middle of your detox, once you're into it, days 3 and 4, you might feel a little tired, and that's normal. You might just not feel like doing anything, but I tell everyone, just at least go for a walk, just to get up and moving, but not do any strenuous activity. Just let your body relax and do its thing. You can use spices on the detox to spice up your veggies if you need to, just no sauces or anything. You can
I think it's great that it has the detox sheet to show them all of these things so that they'll be able to get the detox foods list if they want to detox, because it does help with aid in digestion.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're able to get that. I'm
Yes.
sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
No,
it comes
that's
with
fine.
it. So it tells them all that they'll be able to do and aid in their digestion with that detox kit. And I might have skipped that slide
Did I
for you.
skip that slide? I don't know. My bad.
And I skipped it too.
Sorry. Yeah, so with the detox, you do get the whole sheet and it tells you exactly what you're allowed to eat on the sheet, as far as proteins go. I don't know. That sheet. That's the sheet. On the back of the sheet, it has all of the different veggies and fruits and all your oils and everything that are listed on the back of that sheet.
Mm-hmm. And I know people are probably going to ask about the reasons for detoxing, because they'll be able to get the sheet to help them with the detox. And the reasons that people would want to detox, of course, to remove the toxins from the body, as you were saying, because with that detox, it does remove the toxins that are stored primarily in the fat cells, and it supports your immune system. So you're not under stress so much. And, we all need a really strong, healthy, supportive immune system. And it promotes a better quality of life, increases your energy, supports skin quality. So there's so many reasons to detox. And I was actually one of those that was too afraid of detoxing for a long, long time. I was well into my adult years before I ever did detox, because the thought of it scared me. And I didn't realize that my digestive health did need a boost. I didn't realize that I was storing toxins. I didn't realize that it could come with a whole plan, like you were showing with the detox foods lists and coaching as well. But our digestive system, it is so important. And one thing that I do like to talk about, the NutriClean Aloe tabs. So I travel a good bit, and a lot of people like to joke about safety potty when they travel. They'll only go to the bathroom in their own bathroom, and traveling can make that a little bit more challenging too. And so I do bring these with me when I travel, and I end up passing them out to so many people because it's so easy. I can just carry it with me in my purse. But you don't want to be away from the house and be having digestive issues or be constipated. So the aloe tabs, it does help to further promote colon health. And you can take this before, during, or after the detox, but it can also be taken alone when you feel that your colon is functioning sluggishly, which, like I said, that safety potty. And it does help promote the peristalsis, which is the muscle contraction that helps the stomach to digest that food and pass the energy through the system as it needs to, promoting movement of food through the digestive tract, so it's not staying still and causing that bloating and that discomfort. And then it provides unparalleled natural relief, which is a big one for all of us, from occasional constipation and slow digestion. So gut health, we want to, it's your second brain, and we want to be comfortable. We want to be able to get rid of those toxins. So good health does begin in your gut. It is the basis of your health. And if you're ready to try to find ways to help you with your digestive tract. I know that we had talked earlier about the detox kit, which is the small little square box in the picture there. And you can get the kit all on its own, which is going to come with the meal plan. It's going to come with the coaching and all of the information that you would need to be able to do a detox, which you eat more food, you're going to lose more weight during the detox. So we're really teaching people about eating more foods and eating more often, so you're not skipping meals. But I particularly like this 30-day jumpstart kit, which does have the detox in it for several reasons. One, that detox kit is in there, and we're about to hit the New Year's and New Year's resolutioners. Everybody's going to be looking to eliminate the gunk that they acquired during the holiday season, and they're looking for detoxes. Ours is a healthy, safe detox. So you get the detox in that kit, but you also get anything that we have that says kit. You're going to save money versus purchasing these things individually. And I do like that in this 30-day jumpstart kit, it does also have some of the vitamins, the daily essentials that are essential daily for your body to be able to work optimally. It also does have our protein in there. Now, the TLS protein powder, it has protein in it, but it also has 10 grams of fiber in one serving. And, as Suzanne was saying, we need about 25, 35 grams of fiber a day, which is like the equivalent of 12 cups of raw vegetables. And I love vegetables, and I know I'm not eating 12 cups of raw vegetables. So I do supplement with fiber supplement. And then it does also come with the meal plan and coaching as well. So, and we wanted to let you guys know, if you weren't aware already, we do have a private coaching Facebook group. And this one is called Holiday Hacks Thrive Through the Holidays. And it's just that. We offer lots of different hacks to help you thrive through the holidays. So you can get more information like this, more meal plans, ask a coach a question, get some ideas on recipes, things to help you to stay healthy throughout the holiday season. And the person that invited you on this Zoom today, thank them for sending you the information to be able to help you live a better, healthier life. And we'll reach out to you in case you guys do have any further questions. You can always feel free to reach out to us too. But I hope that you do take steps to take better care of your health all time of the year, but especially this time of the year. So de-stress, eat a little bit better, reach out if you guys have questions. And we hope to see you guys on the Holiday Hacks page, and enjoy the rest of your day. Go eat some lunch if you haven't already. Thanks for being with us, guys.